All right, fool. You ready?
What are you talking about? Josh isn't going to take part in this, is he?
I was talking to you.
Oh.
Play them. Today's hashtag daily debate question for at MMA Junkie Radio. Which fight do you think is shaping up to be the main event for hashtag UFC 239, which is on International Fight Week, taking place on July 6th? Choices: Cormier versus Lesnar, Jones versus Santos, Usman versus Covington. Remember I was talking about that earlier? And a fill in the blank, Conor McGregor's return. That could be anybody. Could be Cerrone, could be Nurmagomedov, it could be anybody. All right, goes. What do you think is shaping up to be the main event?
Well, I would say Conor McGregor. However, the UFC seems to have this new stance that unless you're a title holder, you ain't going to be in the main event.
Right.
And I don't see him fighting Khabib, so I'm going to throw that out the window. I feel like Cormier probably won't be ready by then.
Still?
So, I think.
Back injury?
Yeah, so I'm going
Didn't he take a 2-hour nap and fight Derek Lewis? It all went away? Now it's
true.
back after a sneeze or what?
That was one hell of a sneeze, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go Usman and Covington. It seems like Covington really got this thing heated, and the second it becomes just on paper official, I think he's really going to turn it up, and I think it's going to blow up. So I'm going to pick that fight.
Okay. I'm going to go with Cormier and Lesnar because the timing's right. WrestleMania is in early April.
Okay.
And then I know that the WWE Sky, I don't know it, I'm not a hardcore. I think they don't they have like a Survivor Series sometimes in November. It used to be around Thanksgiving. There's a SummerSlam, but I'm not sure when that is. That's the only thing that might scare me off. But for sure, he'll clear WrestleMania, and he could still do a couple Raws and maybe even one more pay-per-view if he had to, and then make it to July 6th. But it's the perfect time to start a camp. Because remember, he's got to get to 265 for one. 2, and I hope he's been doing this already. He has to make sure that any supplements that he's taken are on board with the UFC's testing through USADA. Mm-hmm. And you just got to get in shape because it is a title fight against different fight muscles.
MMA shape.
MMA shape, exactly. A little bit of media. I'm sure they might hit a couple cities or whatever. So I just think the timing says this is when Cormier and Lesnar will be good to go. And I think Cormier will have the best attention. Doctors, I think there's even time for a minor surgery. Something, man, that gets this guy in there because this could be the biggest payday ever. And that's really the only reason to extend your self-imposed retirement is that Lesnar fight. Jones and Cormier aren't even thinking about each other anymore. And Cormier will only do Miocic if Lesnar can't go. But even then, I think Cormier could retire right now and just say, ESPN, I'm available, I'm your guy, and start becoming a broadcaster and sticking to coaching, being a dad, and being a husband.
But hasn't the UFC shown in the past that they go with the hot ticket? What's hot right now? And isn't Usman and Colby Covington popping?
Usman beat up Tyron Woodley pretty good. But did he become a star? See, Woodley and Covington have been going at it for a year.
I'm going to say a star.
Maybe
Not a
even
mega
more.
star. Not a superstar.
Right.
But a star, yes.
See, I don't think so. I think he's got work to do. I think it'll come with the title defenses. And then maybe. I think that could be a great co-main event. And also, let it be known that if the UFC does have that policy, you got to leave the unicorn alone. If McGregor really does want to come back and he's not fighting for a title and it's Cowboy or Ferguson or Nate or whoever, just let him do it. You know what I mean? I don't know that they could all of a sudden stick to these rules of this is how we do things. They've broken many of their rules. Remember before they used to say the heavier, if they have 2 title fights, the heavier weight class always goes last. They've broken that one before. Mm-hmm. They've broken committing to an interim title holder and then having it be somebody else. They did that with Tony Ferguson. He was on the same card as Khabib and Conor. He should have been fighting Khabib that night. Instead, he fought Anthony Pettis. So they've broken a lot of their many little rules that they have. It's not like they have some constitution that they're always pointing to, So I would say really that is kind of what I think would probably happen, depending on who they want Conor McGregor to dance with, because Khabib really does sound like he's not coming back till October, November, whatever. So that's why I'm going with Cormier and Lesnar.
Lucky for you, we have a tiebreaker.
Was that Jumbo Josh?
Junkie Nation.
Junkie Nation. All right. It was close, goes. 35% said Conor McGregor's return. 32% said Cormier versus Lesnar. 20% said Usman versus Covington. 12% said Jones versus Santos. Jones and
Thanks
Santos
a lot, Junkie Nation.
didn't get much love. They came in 4th place, and that was over 2,000 votes that came in. So thanks to Junkie Nation. Readers of the site, listeners of the show for weighing in.